Wayne, good afternoon. Yeah, we are awaiting some reaction after learning Danny Masterson was sentenced to 30 years in prison after being convicted of those two rapes earlier this year. Masterson learning his fate just moments ago here at LA Superior Court.
Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, we want to talk to you about that 70s show star, Danny Masterson, who played Hyde. He's age 47 right now. Hyde was sentenced to 30 years in prison or life, depending on the situation. It looks like that the sitcom actor 47 was found guilty of 2 counts of forcible rape by a jury of 7 women and 5 men on May 31st, following 7 days of deliberation. Masterson had initially been accused of drugging and raping 3 women at his home in between 2001 and 2003. He was convicted of that crime, the 2 women, in 2003, but the jury was unable to reach a verdict on the 3rd allegation from November 2001, brought forward by a former girlfriend. This is pretty wild overall. I think that this channel talks a lot about the process of building wealth and how we can get there, but a lot of times it's interesting because the getting there is not always the most important. It's being able to stay there, which requires character. And so often do we see people who end up falling as a result of where it is that they are, because they weren't able to get through and to exercise some of their demons prior to them getting there. I'll go ahead and play a video here. We'll watch this and we'll come back and talk about it afterwards.
So we know that he has been sentenced to 15 years on count 1, 15 years on count 2. That's 30 years. These sentences will run consecutively. We heard from the victims. They gave impact statements today. His family, his wife, Bijou Phillips, was sitting in the courtroom. We had a reporter in the courtroom. Danny Masterson chose not to speak today. We're waiting for a statement from his attorney on this. And we know that his attorney was arguing today that 30 years would be unjust, and that, at the most 15 years and then eventually being, released on parole. But that is not the sentence that he was given today. We have heard from Jane Does 2 and 3. And in a statement, their attorney is saying that these women displayed tremendous strength and bravery by coming forward to law enforcement and participating directly in 2 grueling criminal trials. Now, these allegations from these women, there are 2 alleged rapes that took place over 2 decades ago that took place allegedly at Masterson's Hollywood Hills home. These were women that were in the Church of Scientology. Danny Masterson is still in the Church of Scientology. These women claimed in the trial that they were silenced by the church. The church has come out and denied this. Now, we have reached out to the Church of Scientology for a further statement on this, but obviously this is something that we have all been watching, and this comes after an original mistrial being, tried once again for these crimes.
All right, perfect. So it seems like every single day we look up and we see a Hollywood celebrity is going through rehab. They're lost all the money that they've made. They've gone through divorce. Living in the spotlight is not easy at all. A lot of times we have our own issues that we fail to deal with prior to getting in the scene. This doesn't just deal with people who are celebrities. This deals with people who are, working in IT, people who are working as doctors. There was a recent story out about a doctor who had drugged and sexually assaulted some of his patients as well from New York City. And these are stories that are commonplace because it's not about the career. It's about the person who is in that position. And a lot of times these people are pushed because of their skill set or because of their talent, but they have deep issues overall that they need to deal with. For us who are here and we're watching this should come as a warning sign to us that we need to first seek the Lord in prayer. Additionally, we also need to work on ourselves and work on fixing some of the problems that we have, because this is going to end badly for whoever it is that's processing this. So if you're in medicine, if you're a lawyer or whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you're focusing on the little things that you're doing in your quiet time, because those eventually do come to the surface regardless of how much money you make. Thank you so much for joining. We look forward to hearing more about this, about other situations like it. And we hope that these young ladies who were traumatized in this way can find some closure. What are your thoughts on this? Please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for